finally here. The ski season is finally here with us, and in this video, we're gonna take a look at how much it truly costs me to ski each season. Now, obviously, this cost will be different from a person to person, but we're gonna take a look how much I spent last year and how much I've spent this season so far. Man alive, welcome to the High Flying Korean. My name is Frank Lee, and in this channel, I travel around the world and do all kinds of fun things because why not? So the very first thing, the most important piece of skiing, the pass. After last season, I've again gone for the Icon Pass, and this Icon base pass cost me $979. And obviously this is a lot of money, but if you think about the day pass that has been skyrocketing year after year, I think this season alone in Colorado, I'm not sure about somewhere else, but in Colorado, I think it's approximately $250 for the day pass. So if you go more than 4 times throughout the season, you better get your ski pass. So with the Icon Base Pass, it allows me to unlock 51 destinations worldwide with some blackout dates. Let's talk about why the Base Pass might be the best way to go. The blackout dates, December 26th to 31st, January 13th and 14th, February 16th and 17th, are the days that you don't really want to go skiing just because it's going to be so busy. And me personally, I'm assuming you as well, but me personally, I want to avoid all the crowd. So I try and go between Monday through Friday, just so I can avoid all the crowd. Weekends are just nightmares, especially, I mean, if you live in Colorado, you'll know this, driving through I-70 to get to Winter Park, Copper, and A-Basin, sometimes the hour-and-a-half drive without the traffic, with the traffic, it'll take you about 3 to 4 hours minimum. I'm talking minimum. So it's a nightmare. So if you do go with the passes without the blackout dates, yes, you'll get 7 days instead of 5 days in certain locations, but I'm okay with it. 5 days, I'm happy with that. And I just want to have the best time possible. And with those dates, on the blackout dates when you go skiing, I know for a fact that it's not going to be a pleasant day to ski. And I also do an annual ski trip with my friends, as you can see the video above. And this year we're going to Steamboat for about 5 days with the Icon Base Pass. It comes with the 5 days at Steamboat, and that is just perfect for me. So I didn't want to spend any more than $1,000 for my Icon Pass, and Base Pass was the right way to go. Even with the Base Pass last year, we did Zermatt, Chamonix, and a few other mountains last year, and even with 5 days of each location provided from the Icon Base Pass was just perfect. Now obviously, if you live in Europe, if you're skiing these mountains, it might not be worth it for you to get the Icon Pass just because the day passes in Europe is just so much cheaper than skiing in the US. I'm not sure why, but I don't think Icon Pass is the right way to go if you're skiing in the Alps. Now, let's talk about equipment. Since moving to Colorado, I decided to purchase my own ski equipment just because I knew I was going to be skiing for more than 2 weeks. So renting the equipment each day just did not make any sense for me. So it was time for me to invest in some equipment. So let's take a look at the price. Boots, $700. Armada 102 Ti skis, $800. Look Pivot ski bindings, $380. Helmet, $230. Goggles from Anon, $320. Ski poles, $60. And that is $2,490 before taxes. And with after tax, it came to $2,709. Yes, it is a lot of money, a big chunk of money. But I thought, yeah, if I buy these equipment, I might be able to use them for the next at least 3 to 5 years, maybe even more. So I thought it was a good investment. We just covered the Icon Pass and the equipment. Now let's talk about travel. So with the Icon Pass, the closest mountains that I have are Eldora, Winter Park, Copper, and A-Basin. And as you might know, I drive an electric vehicle, Tesla Model 3, standard range. And each time I go to these mountains, it probably costs me about $10 so I can charge my car at about Idaho Springs. So usually about $5 to $7 just to go one way, and maybe a few dollars here and there. Sometimes I didn't even have to charge. So it cost me about, let's say, $10 approximately each time I go skiing. And about 20 days of skiing were in Colorado, and with that said, it was about $200 for my charging for the season. Now it doesn't stop there. I did go to the Alps for about 3 weeks to ski. So obviously we had to talk about the flight, the taxi, the train, and etc. Flight to ski in the Alps was about $1,300, and my itinerary was Denver to London to Innsbruck to Zurich and flying out of Geneva. Then lastly, some additional train hires and taxis and etc. Cost me about a few $100, making the total cost for my travel $1,700. Lodging is going to be very important. Obviously, you need somewhere to stay. I spent my days at Innsbruck, Zurich, Zermatt, Chamonix, and Val Thorens, and cost me approximately about $2,000 for 3 weeks. Yes, that is a lot of money. We spent a lot of money so far. That is a lot of money. But obviously, with the experience that you get and the views that you get, and coming from the US mainland, you don't exactly get to see that often. And I think that $2,000 was actually worth the money. And the views and the partying that I did, completely priceless. Food and drinks. Now, obviously, this will be vastly different from how you eat, what you eat, do you drink or do you not drink. So I'm not going to touch a specific price on that one, but I would say the drinks in Europe were actually quite a lot cheaper compared to the American resorts. Food, I mean, you can't even talk about food. We get chicken tenders out here. There we got carbonara, some lamb shank with polenta. I mean, it was just different gravy, whole different gravy. So the experience, yes, again, priceless. So with all these covered, I've spent about $7,500 just last season alone. Now keep in mind, this is a big chunk of money to spend in one season. But obviously, I did travel abroad to ski for some weeks, and the equipment cost me about $3,000, so there's that. And also, Alps, it's such a prestigious place to ski. Now let's talk about the new season, 23-24 ski season. Again, $979 for the pass, and since I already own my equipment now, and all I had to do was a simple tune-up to be prepared for the new season, which cost me $30 at this location. So far, that is a total amount of money that I spent this season, and I haven't hit the mountain yet. I will be going to Copper tomorrow. Yeah, but I expect this season's price to be significantly cheaper since I'm not going to the Alps. I might go to Austria, but it's not going to be like 3-week trip. It might be a week. So again, I think it's going to be significantly cheaper this season. Okay, so we just talked about how much it cost me last year and this season so far. I actually think it's fairly reasonable for the experience that I am getting and the happiness I get from skiing, seeing the nature, and hanging out with my friends. Let me know what you think. And keep in mind, you don't have to spend all this money. Comparison is a thief of joy. So go and live your life and enjoy the day. See you in the next video.